kids. Fuck the kids? Yeah.
When I say, who's the master? You say,
All right, guys, Show Enough the King here, back with another video, and today I'm bringing you that exclusive. I'm bringing you that fire. Today we doing a review for the Ultra Ego Vegeta and the Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta, both from Kong Studios. And these got delivered to me today, so I got to get this thing out to you guys quick. And again, this product came to me from 5K Toys. They are always my plug when it comes to import action figures. So when you guys go check them out on Instagram, just make sure you tell them that Show Enough the King sent you. All right, we're going to take a look at the box. I'm loving this box art. Like, for those who don't know, I grew up watching Dragon Ball. And I used to, when I was in high school in the 90s, I used to have a binder with all types of Dragon Ball pictures and things in my binder, and it looked kind of like this. So I love the artwork that they did for that. Love it, love it, love it. All right, so that's the box. Let's get this bad boy open and take a look at the figures. All right, so we have everything unboxed. I am super excited to do this review, guys. Strap in because it's going to be a decent one, okay? So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go over each one of the figures. We're going to take a look at it. We're going to talk about the good, the bad, and then we're going to bring in my other Vegetas. I have other third-party Vegetas plus official ones. We're going to mix and match and see what can fit what. We're going to have some fun, so let's do it. All right, so let's start off with Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta first, okay? So we're going to bring him up so you guys can take a good look. And again, I definitely think Kong Studio killed it with the overall sculpt of Vegeta in his Super Saiyan 3 form. Now, I have only seen this done in the video game. And as a matter of fact, like I was saying, this one only appeared in a video game in a what-if scenario. And if I'm not mistaken, that was done in Dragon Ball Z Budokai Tenkaichi 3, a game for PlayStation 2. I believe it had some what-if missions where you can get, like, Broly, Super Saiyan 3, and then I think you can do Vegeta, Super Saiyan 3, and you can unlock them in this game. So I think this is the game that you can get them from, which is, to this day, probably the best Dragon Ball fighting game next to the most current one we have right now, Fighter Z. But this ain't about the game. This is about the figure itself, and he does look amazing. The only thing I think could have been done better is if this was on a armored Vegeta. But again, we're going to do some swapping to see if that can work. So what they did with the Super Saiyan 3 hair to make sure that he can stand up and balance is they put this little piece here so that it banks against his back to help him stand a little easier. Now, I will say, even with that piece, it is a little difficult to get Vegeta to stand. You can do it like that. Like, see, my hands are here. He is standing. But it just takes a little bit of finagling, okay? But it is very good. And again, we can take a look at the hair. I love, love, love the hair and how it turned out, how it looks completely different than Goku. It would have been really bad if it just slapped on a Super Saiyan 3 transformation for Vegeta and it looked exactly like Goku's. And of course, I do have Super Saiyan 3 Goku, so I'll bring that in later on in the video to show you guys. All right, so we'll go ahead and put him back here. He also comes with a torso with a battle damage look. And again, as you can see here, we have the battle damage here, cuts around the ruffles, battle damage around the body. And I already went on ahead and did some heating up of the joints because, again, they do come with a sheet that tells you how to separate the pieces and heat them up. Now, speaking of which, let's go ahead and show you how to do that now. So what they want you to do is, if you want to pull these off, don't just pull this off. You have to pull it out completely from the joint like so. Hold on a second. All right, guys, sorry about all the confusion. So I ran into some complications that I definitely want to let you guys know about. So This thing came with instructions on how to remove the arms properly. So as you can see here, it comes with a piece where you're supposed to remove the entire forearm before you try to pop off the wrist. And it says, you know, install using vertically forced, don't bend or pull to install, right? So that's what I did. I warmed up the figure and I tugged and tugged and tugged until I finally got this forearm to pop out so that it would kind of look like this, as you can see here in the separate torso. You see here. The problem is that once you do that, getting this forearm back into the socket is extremely difficult. The reason being is because there is a piece that goes right here below the bicep that needs to catch with the other piece once it's pulled out. And again, even when you're forcing it back up, it is extremely difficult to get it to go back inside. Like right now, probably after about 15 minutes, I finally was able to get it back inside. But again, I'm not even real confident that I did that super well. But for right now, it is working. But again, I would definitely have to say that the engineering that they did on that is not the best. So I would hope that Kong Studio in the future won't go that way when they're designing their figures, because again, it's very cumbersome and it's not something that people are going to want to deal with. But that's enough of that. So what I did was I went on ahead and removed the Vegeta head so you guys could take a better look at it and see how it's been designed. And again, as you can see here, we have the ball peg here, we have the clear piece of plastic here, and then you just would switch it out with the faceplate. So that's one standard face. We have two smirking face. And we have three kind of like the veins popping, screaming face. Now, I know someone's going to ask, will the Ultra Ego faces fit? And the answer is kinda. You can kind of see the Ultra Ego face kind of fits. They're pretty much basically made the same. So technically, if you wanted to put like an Ultra Ego face on a Super Saiyan 3 body, you can do that. But it'll look weird because his hair is supposed to be like that magenta color. And I'm assuming you can do that vice versa. Alright, so there we have Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta. Let's go ahead and take a look at Ultra Ego Vegeta. Now this one I'm actually super hyped about because I think they definitely nailed it. The only thing I would probably say and I would have liked to have seen is I would have loved to have seen more purple highlights in the hair. But it's not bad. It's a nice mixture of pre-Kaioken and the black hair. And again, I think they nailed the eyes. They nailed the no eyebrows. I think they killed it. They even got the earring on the side. Really loving this. Love it, love it, love it. And again, he comes with separate face plates as well. In order to do that, you would just simply pull this off and replace it with something else. See that? And then take it off again. And you can put on his other face. Fantastic. I really like this. Really like it. And again, like I said before, technically if you want, you can take this face off and let's go ahead and put on a Super Saiyan face. So you can also have him with the Super Saiyan 3 face on the Ultra Ego, because either way, he doesn't have any eyebrows in this mode. Super Saiyan 3 or an Ultra Ego. So you can mix and match that. Articulation, again, you got both sides, head, just be careful with that. Left, right, down, up, bicep, full 360, double jointed knee, toe hinge. A little bit of ab crunch, but not a lot. There's no ab crunch slot here. But again, here we go with that arm thing again, like I was talking about, how that just comes out. And this is what it looks like. And then here's the inner piece that I was telling you about. And you got to kind of jam it in. And you're supposed to hear it click, but a lot of times it doesn't really click well. So you got to be very careful with that. All right, so let's go ahead and bring in some other Vegetas and take a look at them in a comparison. All right, we're back. Funny thing is, I was going through my collection. I have like 12 Gokus of all types, but I only have like 3 Vegetas before I just got these other 2. And technically before that I only had 2 Vegetas. So this Vegeta doubles as blue and red. And then I had the original, version 1 Vegeta. And then I just got the Kong Studio Module Vegeta a couple weeks back. And then now I have the other 2, Super Saiyan 3 and Ultra Ego. So what I wanted to do is, before I start swapping things out, I wanted to quickly just kind of take a look at everything to see how they compare to each other. So let's go ahead and do that first by popping on a head sculpt so I can get him in his completed look. So now here we have all my Vegetas in a row, as you can see here, in all their glory. Super Saiyan 3, Super Saiyan God, Majin Vegeta, and Ultra Ego. Looking good. So the question that remains is, this is official SH Figure Arts Vegeta. Will this head fit on the other pieces? I will say no, because you can tell right here that the snap-on pieces here look completely different than the other one. But we'll try it anyway. But yeah, that's a whole nother piece. But what I want to try is, if I pull the head completely off, will the head from the Ultra Ego fit? And I can tell you now that it probably won't fit, because it's a different ball peg. The whole thing came out. Jesus. All right, for reference, just to let you guys know, unfortunately, none of the Kong Studios will fit with the official SH Figure Arts, because as you can see here, the ball peg that's used for the official SH Figure Arts is much smaller than the ball peg that's used for the Kong Studio. So you can see here, this ball peg is much thicker than this one, so none of the heads will port over to the other one, which is a bummer. So the only way we're going to get a suited one is if Kong Studios brings one out. And again, the same difference with even the 1.0 Vegeta. The ball peg is way too small to fit, unfortunately. But it's fine. Again, like I said, the Majin Vegeta one will work, because this one is Kong Studio. So this one will work. Just pull this off. At least it should work. Actually may work better with this one, if I'm being honest. All right, let's see. No, it won't fit either. They're not even making their own brand stuff fit. That's crazy. And this was the Kong Studio, or maybe that's crazy. Sorry for the blur, guys. So yeah, so after playing around with it, guys, actually none of the pieces they will actually fit with each other. That's crazy to me. All right, so I'm going to go ahead and put these all back together and come in with my final thoughts. So, in conclusion, what do I think about the Kong Studios Super Saiyan 3 Vegeta and Ultra Ego Vegeta? I actually, despite the issue with the forearms, I actually do love this figure. I think for the purposes that I'm going to be using it for, which is majority of putting it in my DTOF and then, taking photos and things for my Instagram page, I think it's perfect. I really, out of the two, my favorite would hands down be the Ultra Ego, simply because I know for a fact that we're not going to get anything like this from SH Figure Arts for at least another year or two. So the fact that we had a third party that can come out with the Ultra Ego this fast just means that it'll probably push SH Figure Arts to get on their to get off their ass and do it faster as well. So if I had to score both of these on a scale of 1 to 10, I'd probably give the Ultra Ego an 8, and I'd probably give the Super Saiyan 3 a 7.5. Now, let me know what you guys think. Comment in the section below. Thumbs up the video, and stay tuned to my Instagram page, because I will be also posting photos side by side with Super Saiyan 3 and some of the other figures in the line. So if you guys want to take a look at those photos, make sure you are following me on my Instagram page at Magner Podcast. Again, this is Showing Off the King, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace.